Oh, hello there. You probably clicked on this video to get some advice for high school. Well, welcome. I'm Mia, and I graduated high school with a weighted GPA of 4.92, took 12 AP courses, and passed all of them. I have a lot that I learned from high school, and I'm here to share it with you. So, without further ado, let's begin the guide to high school. You can use these tips whether you are just entering high school or maybe you're already in high school but want to change how it's been going so far, or you just need some motivation. This is the guide for you. Alright, tip number 1 is to figure out what is expected of your courses. The first thing that I want you to keep in mind is that every school is different, so you can search up how to survive in so-and-so class, but the tips you're going to be getting is very general. They probably went to a different high school and had different teachers with different teaching styles. Instead, try to see if you know anyone else, or maybe your friends who know anyone else, that took the course that you're going to take. Ask them about their experience in the course, how the teacher was, how much work it is. Ask these specific questions, and it's more helpful than getting that general advice online. Now, I'm not saying that the advice online is not helpful, but it can be even more helpful to get the advice from people who took the course from your school. You could also email the teacher to see if there's anything you can do to prepare. I remember that I would actually email the teacher before the school year ends so I can get an idea of the material. You can sometimes even borrow a textbook over the summer. But if you can't do this, or maybe you tried but it didn't work, there are a lot of online resources to prepare for the course. For example, if you're taking an AP course, you can use College Board's website to see the units and topics. Just search College Board AP courses, and you'll see all the AP courses offered as well as the units that will be covered. If you're not taking an AP course, or if you are taking an AP course but want more detail on the topics, don't worry. You have Khan Academy to save you. I can't tell you how much I use Khan Academy to help me prepare for courses, study for tests, practice questions. It truly is a useful resource, so please use this. YouTube is also helpful. There's so many YouTubers and videos going through each topic of the AP course or even just a normal course, and this can be really useful for both your preparation of a course over the summer or during the school year to review. Okay, the next tip is to find an ideal study environment. When I say ideal environment, you should consider 3 things: background noise, comfort, and convenience. First up is background noise. Are you able to focus even when there's a little bit of background noise? Can you focus with music? What type of music do you prefer to listen to when you study? Personally, I created a system for myself when using music to study or do homework. So, if I am studying, I like to listen to instrumental versions of songs or lo-fi music. Just calm myself with the music to focus. But for homework, I like to make the process a little more enjoyable by listening to my favorite songs. Creating a system like this can actually help you become more efficient and productive, so I would highly recommend doing this. Okay, next is comfort. Make sure that you're comfortable while studying. You can wear some comfy clothes, keep a blanket, anything that makes you cozy and comfortable. Trust me, if you're uncomfortable while studying, it's just going to make you less efficient and less motivated to continue. The last factor is convenience. Is it easy to get to this place to study? Does it take a lot of energy to get there and to actually start studying? Of course, from time to time, you can go to your local library, but don't forget that your home works just as well. All you need is a desk and maybe a lamp. Tip number 3 is to prioritize your health and sleep. Let me tell you now that high school can be stressful. I don't want to scare you, but it's something to keep in mind. And sometimes you may think that it would be better to pull an all-nighter to study for a test the next day, but in reality, that will just make you more stressed out. Imagine that you skip a peaceful night's sleep to study. Then you go to school with 0 hours of sleep, and throughout the day, you will have no energy. Imagine you had a test and your brain isn't in top shape to be thinking critically to answer those questions. In the end, you were tired the whole day, had no energy, and couldn't focus in any of your classes or your test. So do you really want to study all night just to end up being unproductive? Probably not. So, please take care of your sleep. And I know what you may be thinking. If I sleep now, then when do I study? But let me tell you now, Sometimes it's better to sleep. Prioritize your health and your well-being so then you can be in top shape to do well. You can always wake up early in the morning and just get a quick refresher. Honestly, one way you can avoid pulling all-nighters is having a fixed time management method or something that works for you to end up not having to pull the all-nighter, which I'll be talking about more later. Okay, tip number 4 is to take physical breaks. There is a lot of scientific evidence stating how physical activity helps us be more productive and efficient. So what does this have to do with you? Well, when you start your studying session, you can be really productive in the beginning, but at one point you're going to lose all your efficiency as you get more tired. So to avoid this, you gotta take a break. But don't just scroll on your phone. Go outside and take a walk, or stretch, or just go be active. This way it'll freshen you up, and when you come back to study, it will be more effective as you have a fresh mind. Trust me, during high school, I played field hockey for my school team. And for us, and I'm sure for many other schools, we would have practice every day after school and on Saturday mornings, plus 2 games per week. As you can imagine, it was a lot of physical activity. So when I got home, I was tired, but I showered, took a rest for around 30 to 40 minutes, then got straight to what I had to do. I was able to finish everything quite effectively and quickly, and did well in all my classes. But after the season ended, I wasn't forced to go outside and have physical activity, so I found myself not as productive and procrastinating. This is because as my time opened up, it was easier to tell myself that I will do what I needed to do later. But when you don't have time, you're forced to finish everything. So please take physical breaks. Maybe after 1 hour of studying, you go outside, take a walk, or stretch, maybe do some yoga, and then come back and study for another hour. It doesn't have to be every 20 minutes. Just make sure you go out at one point. Tip number 5 is to keep a pencil case that has everything you need. If you're like me and maybe obsessed with stationery, just a little. Get a small, cute pencil pouch to keep your essentials. You will use this when you go to school and when you do your homework. This way, you spend less time deciding between colors or which specific piece of stationery to use. Here's what I keep in my pencil pouch. So, I keep 2 mechanical pencils and 0.5mm lead, and my favorite mechanical pencil is the Dr. Grip Pilot mechanical pencil. And make sure you have some lead, because one time I did not have lead in any of my pencils and I had to use pen in a test, and let's just say that it did not go well. Then I have 3 highlighters, 2 black ink pens. I like having 1 gel pen and 1 ballpoint pen, but you can use whatever you have. And then an eraser. So when I have these things, it's just easy for me to just get what I need and start doing it, and it's so much easier. Alright, my last tip is to find a way to manage your time. I have seen a lot of different methods to help with time management, but for me, they never really worked. Only a simple to-do list worked. So there are a lot of different ways you can manage your time, such as blocking out your day or giving yourself deadlines, but at the end of the day, it all depends on you. Everyone's life is different, so what one person says may not work for you, and that is okay. Over the summer, try to reflect and figure out which method will help you study the best and complete your task. Personally, as I said before, I like to keep a to-do list on paper with me. For example, if I'm studying for a test, I'll write down all the topics that I need to study and cross them out as I go through them. I also put stars to symbolize which ones to prioritize first. Honestly, to-do lists are so versatile for me, which is why I think I like them, because you can use them listing out the topics you want to study, listing out what you need to do throughout the day, listing out your homework. There's so many things you can do with them. But you could also use other resources such as a planner or a calendar, such as Notion or Google Calendar. There's a lot of resources, so find out what works for you. Alright, these were all my tips for high school, and I hope that you consider them when you're trying to prepare. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I can try to answer them for you. And if you like this video, click the like button to get more school-related content in the future. I wish you all the best of luck, and bye!